Greetings, beautiful beings. I hope you all are drinking water and taking care of yourselves. Uh, my name is Fatima. I am the co-birther and chief of love and healing work. This is my very first ever YouTube live, so um, please bear with me as I flow through this experience with you all, because I've never been on YouTube Live before. And as we are moving away from utilizing social media so much, YouTube is a global thing, and you can put YouTube links on different platforms. So the idea is to um, not always be on social media. So that's a little bit more information than anybody asked for, but I wanted to provide you all with the why, a little bit of the why we are on YouTube Live instead of some of the other um, streaming outlets out there. Um, so, before we begin, I always like to ground and say thank you all for being here as we begin at 333. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for choosing to just take time to figure out what does thinking differently look like or sound like or can even be. So, a little bit about myself. My name is Fatima. Again, I am the co-birther and chief of love and healing work. I am a person that doesn't wear shoes. I haven't worn shoes for 8 years. I am coming to you all from Mexico today in a way of just gratitude and honor. I lived in the States, I still do. It's just the winters in the States are brutal for my skin. And I don't wear shoes, so being in places where it's ice and frost just doesn't work. So that's a little bit about me. And I love learning and figuring it out. My alarm went off, so it did a thing. So note for self next time. Put the phone on do not disturb. So I um, would like to ground us, if that's okay. Me being a part of the us, and just taking 3 deep breaths. But from this place of consent with my body, wanting to take these 3 deep breaths, forgive me, 3 deep breaths. If your body does not want to do that, then I invite you to do what feels good and will bring ease to you in this moment. Whether it's drink water, maybe it's rotating your neck, maybe it's standing up or doing some shoulder movements, whatever it is. I invite you to just check in with your body and see what it needs to experience ease in this moment. Now, if you feel comfortable and you are ready, I'm going to invite us to take 3 deep breaths together, inhaling in through our nose and out through our mouths. In each inhale, I'm going to invite you to expand your belly all the way out. And on the exhale, I'm going to invite you to contract your belly in. On the count of 3, I'm going to invite us to take these 3 deep breaths together. As you're inhaling and exhaling, I just invite you to allow yourself to experience celebration. And if celebration doesn't feel good in the body, then joy. And if joy isn't good, then gratitude. But I invite you to first allow yourself to inhale and exhale the celebration of yourself and all that you've come through and been through and experienced to get here in this moment. On the count of 3, I'm going to invite us to inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and one more time. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I invite you to come back into this space, do whatever feels good in your body. We're going to jump in with what you are thinking. Like, what is love and healing work, and what is thoughtful Tuesdays? Well, I am loving healing work, and loving healing work is also a business, and loving healing work is a mantra. It's an affirmation, it's a lifestyle. Um, love, loving ourselves in a way that isn't harmful and consensual uh, takes work, learning how. Healing takes work. Love and healing, when we do it, it works. So, loving healing work is a business that cultivates culturally mindful healing and human centered experiences, policies, and practices within organizations and people's lives. I have a law degree from the Southern University Law Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I have years of organizing in the nonprofit world and years of organizing and doing grassroots work in regards to natural disaster and relief work, and as well as police brutality. And so I have utilized my background from learning different ways of healing trauma to create a business where I can help entrepreneurs, business owners, people that take care of other people create infrastructures where they take care of themselves and the people that work for them. So that's the business side. Thoughtful Tuesdays is an opportunity for people to come together to talk and talk not just from this space of like hearing each other's voices, but in messaging, being able to have conversations with individuals who are business owners and dare to think differently, dare to center their own love and healing work as they did their work. That is something that I did and continuously do. I am genuinely on the verge of wanting to create a club of people that put themselves first, a club of people who unapologetically put their mask on first, always, because that's what we have to do in order to become a new world. We have to allow ourselves to be the best version of ourselves with ourselves. Um, and that takes work. So, yeah, I am hoping that this will be a space where we cultivate thinking differently as an act of liberation and sovereignty, and differently from the perspective of the collective and the whole. Differently in a way that's consensual and not harmful, differently in a way that allows there to be more than the and or mentality and duality of it all. There's so many more ways of thinking, and there's so many more ways of doing things, and yet we have been conditioned to believe that the way that we do things is the only way that we should, and that doesn't make sense at all. Maybe a little bit. So, with the time that we spend together, it won't just be me, there'll be different guests. And the guests will talk about their loving healing work journey. And I also invite them to share some of their learns, um, what they learned, how they learned it, what they wish they could have learned a little easier. But this is a time also for them to talk about how thinking differently or thinking intentionally about certain ways of being and moving allow them to be where they are now, because that's important. A lot of people didn't just get here. Most times we choose to think differently, and because we choose to think and move differently, then things are different. Things just don't change if we don't start thinking differently, speaking differently, acting differently. We can't continue to say that we want something different, and we keep doing the same exact thing every single day. So, for example, people that say they want to be more present, right? In the moment. They want to become more aware and mindful. They want to be more mindful. I tend to invite them to put their phones down. How about the phone not be the first thing you pick up every morning? How about the first thing you tap into is yourself? How about you ask yourself questions, or you say thank you or something, but why does the phone have to be the thing that you go to? And then when you're around, why does the phone have to be the thing that's right next to you? If there's a person in your space with you, why is the phone the thing that you continuously hold on to all the time? But you're talking about being in the present, but the phone takes you out of the present. So you can't be mindful and continually do the same thing that's keeping you out of your mindfulness. So if the phone is keeping you from being here and now, and you're distracted, and you're not in really engaging in conversation, people aren't talking to you, you're missing what people are saying. Is it because you're scrolling most of the time when people are having conversations with you? Or doing something else while someone is engaging? Because being mindful in the present is doing the thing that's in the moment with you, in the moment that it's with you, because that's the only thing that there is. The thing on the other side of this technology will be here. And yes, people die, days end. But if you are in a space with a person in front of you physically and you're choosing to scroll through the phone, then are you honoring that? The idea that people die and tomorrow isn't promised, and you're in the face of people, but you're trying to be mindful? How do we change behaviors if we don't change behaviors? And we can say it's hard because it's addictive. Yeah, it is. And that's where grace comes in. No one's saying it's going to be easy, hence the word work. Love and healing work. Thinking differently takes work. Thinking differently takes work. And then doing the thing that you're thinking is even more work because it's the complete opposite of what you're accustomed to doing. That's why everybody's not doing it. That's why a lot of people don't engage in their loving healing work or do things differently, because it takes work and time and energy and thought and intention, and you got to be mindful about it. What? You have to remember. You have to be here and now enough to be here and now. And people argue that they can be here and now and scroll through their phones and do other things and all of these things. They can argue it as much as they want to. But we all like to deflect. We all have our coping mechanisms. No one's judging them, but everything in moderation. And a lot of times, technology has replaced the being fully present with the energy in one's body. Because when you are scrolling, you are using your thumb. You're using your thumb. This is energy. That energy is going where? And so, if somebody's here with you, engaging, how does the energy not be going somewhere else when you're doing this? I'm just saying, factually speaking, that's true, right? It takes energy to move, to breathe. So the energy that we are utilizing to scroll or put into this device, we are not utilizing that energy to be in the here and the now, and that is the point. Being here and now is having your energy, all of it, here and now. We've been conditioned to believe that that's not a thing. But is it not? Because isn't that why people pay you? People go to jobs so that we focus all our here and now and the tasks that they want us to focus our here and now on, because our time is priceless. And when you on somebody's clock, the idea is you're not scrolling through your phone, you're doing whatever task they need you to do because they're paying for your time. But we don't give that same time and energy to ourselves, and we don't give that same time and energy to other people. But we'll do it for a buck. And we don't even do it well for the buck because we're not giving it to ourselves. I used to not like myself. I used to not like myself because I used to ask myself, was I giving myself what I gave my friends? Was I a good friend to myself? Was I loving on myself well? And when I answered myself and the answer was no, I was disgusted with me because I really wasn't doing for me what I did for everybody else. So honoring that, we can choose whatever life, whatever we do, it can be in alignment. And if we're going to do it and it be in alignment, then we also have to act. Things just don't happen. Things have to be done for the other things to occur. Something somewhere shifted and moved for this other thing to happen. But we have to be willing to shift and move. How we think, how we speak, and how we move through the world. We can't keep on saying that we want something different and the same, we use similes and metaphors that have the same impact. You're just using different words. Why? If we're going to affirm that we have a life that is easy and pleasurable and abundant and joyous, as much as it's dark and all those other things that we all know to be true, if all of those things are true, all of them, right? Then we can choose to invest time and energy into things that expand us and transform us and heal us and give us the abundance that is already ours. We can choose to take that time. We can choose to put energy into that because we're not honoring that hurt people. So no matter how amazing we believe we are, and yes, we are amazing, but and also we also hurt people because we're hurting. No matter how amazing we are, if we are not honoring our own hurt and working through our own hurt and dealing with our own hurt and honoring our hurt as hurt, then we hurt people. I know I did it. I've been working really hard not to. I've been communicating how I feel, and I've been making sure that if I am hurt, I am saying it out loud and like making sure that I am taking care of myself so I'm not out here hurting people. So if I do experience hurt, I allow myself to mend my wounds and get what I need so I'm not out here hurting other people. The idea is to hurt people less and less and less because we're going to do it in learning curves, but we don't have to do it on purpose. We don't have to do it because we chose not to take care of ourselves. I push taking people taking care of themselves went away because how you gonna take care of me if you don't take care of you? And if you take care of yourself in a way that's like subpar, then you're gonna take care of me that in a way that's subpar, and that's not cool. I don't want subpar care. I don't want subpar love. I don't want I'm too tired love as a consistent and bar because you don't take care of yourself. Who wants that kind of love? Not even you. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants the love that's just like deflated. And you know how we don't give deflated love? By taking care of ourselves, by resting when our body says it's tired, and knowing that things will be okay and everything will be taken care of if we just rest. Rest is not a privilege. Healing and taking care of ourselves is not a privilege. Taking time to figure it out is not a privilege. We have made it one. We have made it so that we have to make money, and so we put more time and energy than trying to make a dollar than expanding and healing ourselves and leveling up our vibration. we would rather chase money. I mean, the world would rather make us believe we should. We don't have to. I don't I don't believe and I know that we don't have to. We don't have to chase a dollar so that people know that we exist or that we feel important. We don't have to chase a dollar. Energy is money. We can call it in. I call it in, and I'm grateful for what I have and what is coming. Ashe. But you don't have to chase it. You don't chase anything. And thinking in this way of I don't have to chase anything, things come to me. So on Thoughtful Tuesdays, we'll have conversations or there'll be thoughts and that I'll share that you'll be invited to weigh in on. And we'll have guests and they'll share their thoughts. And so next Tuesday, we'll have a guest and you'll know about it a lot sooner. And I invite you to just have grace as we flow through this because, life be life and sometimes on Tuesdays I may not want to be up here. So it may not be me or it may be nobody. But either way, know that there'll be some information and an opportunity to share. So if you would like to continue staying connected with us, you can always join the newsletter. Information is on our link tree. You can also join our Mighty Networks, which is a virtual community of people that are doing their love and healing work. We'll have some affirmations and some journal prompts and some new things rolling out for the new year, and the new year being my new year because I turn 37 in 2 weeks. So that's the new year that I'm talking about. One day will be an international holiday, my birthday. I'm telling you, January 30th. So yeah, I hope you all will continue to join us on this loving healing journey. I am hoping that you will reflect on the idea of what it looks like for you to have a ritual of making time for yourself daily. Every day, you are investing in filling your own cup. I would say in the morning and at night, and allow yourself to do so and have grace if you have a little guilt for carving out that time. But I invite you to carve out time to pray or meditate, make some tea or coffee, or to just be in silence. But I invite you to be and find time to nourish yourself every day and every night before you lay down because you deserve to just check in with yourself and give yourself something that you continuously give the world every day. And that's you. You are the most important thing to you. And you should always dive into you deeply in a way that honors that you are amazing and incredible and such just a great being. So I invite you to take care of yourself, to drink water, to ask yourself if you have the capacity to do something. And if the answer is no, then it's no. And it's okay to say no because you don't have to. You can only do what you can do, and that's enough. I love you. Drink water. I'll talk to you all soon. Love.